Data science happens in code. Whether you're building a machine learning system, exploring your data for the first time, visualizing the distribution of your data, or running a statistical analysis, your coding and computation skills are what make it happen. If you are working on production code, these skills are essential for writing successful, maintainable code. Even if you aren't working in a production software team, you'll find it beneficial to write more robust, reproducible code that other data scientists can use easily. And if you're working alone, good practices will accelerate your coding and help you pick up your code after a break. I didn't always see the value of good engineering. Earlier in my data science career, I joined a team where I was the only data scientist. My teammates were software engineers and designers, and I was concerned that it would be hard to increase my skills with no other data scientists to learn from. I expressed my concern to my coworker, a developer. He said, "But learning to write code will let you do more data science." This comment stuck with me, and I've found since then that improving my software engineering skills has been incredibly beneficial in doing data science. It's helped me write code that is easier for my coworkers to use and that is still easy to change when I go back to it many months later. My aim with this book is to guide you on your journey to writing better data science code. I'll describe best practices for common tasks, including testing, error handling, and logging. I'll explain how to write code that is easier to maintain and that will remain robust as your projects grow. I'll show you how to make your code easy for other people to use, and by the end of this book, you'll be able to integrate your data science code with a larger code base. You might think that software engineering skills are less useful in the age of generative AI. Can't ChatGPT just write your code for you? I'd argue that the content in this book is still just as useful even when you can speed up your coding with an AI assistant. As I'll show you throughout this book, there are many choices available for every function you write, and it's incredibly helpful to understand the principles for why you might pick one line of code over another. You'll need to evaluate the output of any AI assistant and check that it has made a good choice for the problem you're working on. This book will help you do that. Who is this book for? This book is aimed at data scientists, but people working in closely related fields such as data analysts, machine learning ML engineers, and data engineers will also find it useful. I'll explain well-established software engineering principles that will be useful to anyone who writes code, but the examples I use to illustrate these principles will be most familiar to data scientists. I've aimed to make this book accessible to data scientists who are relatively new to the field. Maybe you've just finished a degree in data science or you're starting your first job in industry. This book will cover the practical software engineering skills that are not always included in introductory data science courses.